so a lot of the women who are watching now may have, my pants just fell off, may have children who aren't young, who actually like eating all of the foods that aren't good.
Yeah.
And older kids and husbands and things who are stuck on, that's my favorite, oh, what are you talking about? So can we run through some tips on how to integrate, are there different words or different approaches, or how do we, I would just go to straight shock therapy and say, oh, here's the link to this and cancer. Or but how can we, have you got some tips for that for us?
So my kids were, I think, around 12 and 13, somewhere around that age when we started eating additive free. And so of course I'm like, we're not having this, and I'm really stubborn. And so literally I just out-stubborned my children, which was really hard. I think it took them a year to stop asking for McDonald's. Not every day, obviously it was pester, and then it slowed down. But if mine couldn't drive, they didn't have any income, they weren't working, and I bought the food. My husband didn't buy the food. I was the shopper. I went and bought the food. So I just made little simple swaps. I was really slow and gradual into it. Joe went hardcore, but I didn't need to go that hardcore. And so yeah, I just made little swaps, and most of it, I'm not going to say all, was they didn't even notice. I would just start to buy plain chips instead of flavored chips, and they're like, Mum, why can't we have the flavored chips? And I go, oh, these are on sale. I just lie, we lie to our kids, right? So or what we do, let's be real, or I don't know, sauce or something, I'll just make a swap for a different brand. And the more I started to learn about the additives and what to look for on ingredients list, I didn't always get it right until I started to learn. Now I'm, pretty good at it 10 years down the track, right? But at the start, yeah, it was just little simple swaps. And because it didn't happen super fast, it just was they didn't really notice. So my advice would be take it slow.
Okay.
Really simple swaps, just buy block cheese instead of grated cheese, because there's a white powder on the grated cheese, and now you'll go, oh, what's that white powder? So question everything. What is the white powder? It's an anti-caking agent. It's made from tree pulp. Our body's not designed to process trees. So, I started grating my own cheese. No one noticed. No one made any things. Tomato paste is another really good one. If you buy it in a glass jar, it's generally tomatoes, and you buy it in a plastic tube, and there's generally preservatives. I just bought the glass jar. So nothing changed, but not even the brand, the same brand was one with additives and one without, depending on whether it was in glass or not. So they're the simple swaps that, we teach, and what we've taught the whole time is just really simple, just one little step at a time. One grocery shop, decide, well, that ran out, I've run out, so I'm going to look at something different.